It's really happening. This series is really about to end. I mean, yes, the main villain was sealed up last week, but this chapter signifies that Kishimoto is clearing and wrapping everything up. I mean, there are so many events happening in this chapter. It wraps up so many different things. It wraps up Kakashi and Obito. It wraps up Hashirama and, Madara. It wraps up the Sage of Six Paths. It wraps up Naruto and figuring out exactly what he's going to do with his life. For instance, he gets to speak with his father. His father says happy birthday, something that Naruto has never had to do. And it moves over to the entire concept of how Naruto is now 17. Just so many different events going on in this chapter that's really just quickening the pacing, and we can really see that the ending is in sight. I mean, seriously, there is not much left of this series at all. Seriously, there's not much to tell. All they got to do now is pretty much have, Naruto and everybody return to the village, and hopefully Naruto and Hinata will get together, I pray. Let's hope. And then you have the entire bit where he becomes the Hokage. Really, in the Sasuke and Naruto fight. So that's really all we see in the future of this series. It literally is almost over. All these different events with the wars pretty much been wrapped up almost. Seriously. I predict that next chapter is just going to be Kakashi or Team 7 in general talking with each other and talking about their events and, plans for the future. That's exactly what I see happening in next chapter. But this chapter had a lot of meaning to it, and I definitely enjoyed the chapter for the most part. Now, I want to get out some of the things I noticed with this chapter before I talk about the true meanings of the chapter. The entire bit with Obito and Kakashi, I am glad Kishimoto handled it like that, and at the exact same time, it still bugs me a little bit. I'll explain. Pretty much, we find out in this chapter, as a lot of people theorized and talked about, saying that, it was only a temporary power-up for Kakashi having, the Sharingan in his eye, Obito's Sharingans. Well, in this, we find out since it's because of the chakra of Obito still staying inside of Kakashi, and he was still technically present in Kakashi's subconsciousness, pretty much Kakashi was able to use those eyes, and once Obito left, the eyes disappeared. So it was a temporary power-up, and now it is gone, and Kakashi of the Sharingan is no longer, pretty much. And so I like how the power-up did not stay. There's still a lot of rule breakings and different stuff that happen with Obito, but I'm done, okay? But one thing I will say is that Obito, honestly, I can't really feel sad with him disappearing in this chapter. I want to be straight out honest. Let me explain why. We've already seen this dude pretty much have his goodbyes like 2 to 3 times already. Literally in under like 20 chapters. So I really can't say I'm sad that he went away in this chapter. Because, I mean, we've already had like 3 goodbyes, supposedly how he was supposed to die. So, yeah, just gonna look past that, pretty much, yeah. You can only kill off a character so many times or say so many goodbyes until you really just don't have no more feelings for that entire scene. I understand what the scene meant, it just, yeah. Anyways, moving past that entire part, I really think the part with Naruto and his father was nicely done. Seriously, I think Kishimoto did a good job because one thing I really liked about that entire scene, really, is that the entire discussion that Naruto brought up when he was talking about, he eats his food, he takes a shower daily, stuff like that, that's exactly what his mother told him when he met her in the past, when he was trying to control, the Nine Tails. It's really sad seeing how he pretty much regurgitated what she said the exact same phrase to his father, the 4th Hokage, and then, he disappears. I mean, he says, happy birthday, son, and, it's Naruto's 17th birthday. One thing I do want to say, okay, it's Naruto's 17th birthday. It signifies at the end of this chapter. So you're telling me that Naruto has been fighting on his 17th birthday this entire war. This entire war Naruto has been fighting on his 17th birthday. That's kind of fucked up and dark, don't you think? I mean, on your 17th birthday, you're going to war and you're killing people, or, just taking names, talk no jitsu in people, stuff like that. I mean, think about that, okay? Think about that for a second. That's exactly what's been going on, if you think about that. I mean, unless it just turned to the next day, and magically Naruto's now 17, like the new day is arisen. One thing I really like greatly from this chapter is the Madara and Hashirama scene. That That scene was executed properly. I think that was a really good scene, and by far one of the best scenes of the chapter, because you have Madara sitting there on the floor. Even though he's dying, there's a lot more potential for Madara. Kishimoto is just trying to settle all these loose ends, kill off all the villains. That's pretty much what this meant. But still, seeing Madara as he's dying, his final breath, okay? And he's dying, and he still says, like, I'm gonna hold on to my dream. I could have went your path, you know, Hashirama, but, you know, I still have my dream. I don't care. You're naive and stuff like that. And when he dies in mid-speech. So, I feel like, you know, I feel like Kishimoto did a good job of handling his death, honestly. He didn't, you know, degrade his character from what I can see. But it's sad how Madara died. It really is. It's really fucking sad because, I mean, he shouldn't have been, like, you know, done like that. His character was too great. Seriously, it was. From when he was fighting and battling Naruto and Sasuke and kicking ass and all that and doing Infinite Tsukuyomi. He had so much as a character. He did so much and accomplished so much. And to see how his character died to being backstabbed by Black Zets and Kaguya taking his place, this villain that really was like cardboard, pretty much. I mean, it's upsetting how a villain like him got taken down. He technically, at the end of the day, Madara did not get defeated by Naruto or Sasuke. He got defeated by no one. The only one that truly defeated him was technically Kishimoto. Seriously. So, besides that, the chapter's artwork was really nice. I like the artwork. The panels looked good. They were, you know, consistent. The quality was consistent. Kishimoto did a good job there. And personally, I think this chapter will be good for a lot of people. It has a lot of good emotions to it, and it'll definitely bring up either nostalgia, it'll bring up those heart-touching feels because Naruto as a character has actually grown in this chapter, and it really, you know, puts that final ribbon on the Great Ninja War. So, tell me your thoughts about this chapter, everybody. I love all of you so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.